All of my biggest bass I have found have been caught in the last few months, and they've all been caught on a jig, which I've heard the expression that jigs catch big bass, but these were all caught on a finesse jig, just a tiny little jig with a little tiny TRD Z-Man trailer on the end, so like a very, very small presentation. Since I've been catching all my biggest bass on these freaking little tiny finesse jigs, I've been thinking, as we're heading into spring, it's time to start throwing some baits that catch bigger bass. The bladed jig is one of them. Another is just any real type of other jig, which is where today I'm gonna be looking at maybe throwing some swim jigs. Eventually, I'm very excited to announce we're gonna be getting into some swim baits here in the near future. Today, we got a bunch of chatterbaits we're gonna be throwing around. And let's just get right to it. I feel like I've probably been talking enough. It's probably enough of an intro. We're gonna throw the white chatterbait to start off. Those of you who don't know, I am competing in a season-long bass fishing tournament. Let's go ahead and just take a quick peek at how that's doing real quick. Let's see what I'm at now. So I'm currently in 5th place. I've been bumped down a few times, but today we're gonna see about getting back up into 3rd place. I think we can do it. I got a couple 18-inch largemouth bass we definitely got a cull, and I'm looking to catch a few 20+ inchers today and get ourselves back up. First place is the goal, obviously, but let's just do this one step at a time. The goal is to catch your 5 biggest smallmouth and your 5 biggest largemouth bass. If you watch the last couple videos I did, I got 103 inches in smallies now, which is crazy. If you haven't seen those videos, you should check them out. They're really sick. Today, we got to see about getting those top 5 largemouth bass up. They are too small. I have one, my biggest is a 20, and my smallest smallie is bigger than my largest largemouth. So let's see if we can fix that today. Let's go ahead and get to it though, you guys. We can't talk this whole time. We're gonna start with the chatterbait. We got a lot of grass coming in here, but that is okay. Nothing wrong with that. I learned recently that I fish a I freaking got one. I thought it was snagged. Come here, bud. It's too funny. Okay. I just caught a fish on the first cast. I understand what that means, but there we go. Anyways, as I was saying, recently started fishing a chatterbait. It's a very new lure to me. I've only thrown it, I've only caught, I think, a handful of fish on one. I think that might be like the 3rd bass I've ever caught, and I just caught it instantly. That was cool. But as I was saying, I think I learned that I was doing it incorrectly, which was I was setting the hook, raising it up, and I kept ripping the chatterbait out of the mouth of the bass. And I learned that you need to do a sweeping motion to the left or to the right. And apparently everything that I'm saying doesn't matter, because I caught a bass instantly right there. Y'all have heard about the not catching a bass in your first cast, right? How true is that? I don't know how often that has happened to me. Probably count on one hand. Probably count on one finger. That's really cool though. This is a very weedy area, and I didn't like chatterbaits because I became a huge fan of the spinnerbait because I liked how weedless they are. But after I recently started fishing a chatterbait again, I learned that they're actually pretty freaking weedless. They do totally fine in grass. They just got to be fished a little bit differently. You just got to learn how to rip them through stuff. As soon as you kind of get snagged on something, you gotta rip. And I always heard that, and then yeah, I freaking tried it, and it is so true. I think standing up is super important too when it comes to using a chatterbait. Go again. One feels bigger. That's because it is bigger. Oh my god, it fell off. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. Okay. what just happened there, but it came out. Apparently there's a chatterbait bite going on right now though, so whatever, who cares. I think the big thing is I just didn't keep him pinned right there. I don't think it was a super big fish. Might have been a small coal, but it was a 20-inch fish. This is fun. I've never had a chatterbait bite before. I guess we're just gonna be catching them on the chatterbait all day. I want to fish out of this spot a little bit. I just got a little feeling we gotta throw in here a few more times. Just for fun. I guess technically that first fish has been a curse so far. Alright guys, let's make our first move. How long have we been fishing for? Not even an hour. Big blow up right there. Shoot. Oh my god, I really got him. They're in the weeds tough though. 20-pound fluorocarbon. We even still have one. There we go. That's funny. Crazy. That was cool. Sweet, we broke that curse. Thanks, bud. Alright, let's see how big you are. I think you are a 16 and a half. You are just shy, yeah, about 16 and a half. Sweet. I keep it. Alright, continuing forward here. Let's see, how long have we been fishing for? We're approaching the 2-hour mark. We got 2 fish in the boat. We got one big, the biggest one we freaking lost because we didn't keep the pressure on the freaking fish. Let's cast into this right here. This lone thing of lily pads, you can't skip it. So far with the chatterbait, I'm definitely getting fish, which is cool. They're all pretty, I mean, they're all right size. They're nothing big. 2 16s and I think one of them, the big one might have been like an 18. All of which we're looking for much bigger, but good sized fish. I don't think they're out here. I think they're up shallow. But I'm in 4 feet of water, which is the part that's got me even bothering to try. We're gonna stick with the plan though. The plan was follow this lily pad patch. I'll take it all the way to this other side and then we'll try fishing up shallow over there, but fishing the edge of this lily pad patch was always kind of my thoughts here. Yeah, my thoughts are maybe it's just a little cold. I feel like it might be a tiny bit cold for this chatterbait out here in the middle of the lake. I bet when we get up shallow up here, that could change. So that's what we're gonna do. Nice. Got one up shallow under the dock. Probably a 17. You look like a pretty sick fish, bro. You go on and just get back now. We don't need another 16 and a half, but he was all banged up, looks pretty scarred. We gotta find some bigger ones, guys. This is getting silly at this point though. Alrighty guys, we're approaching the 3-hour mark. It's about noon now. I figured we'd head over back to the spot where we almost caught the biggest fish of the day, and let's just try fishing up right near that creek entrance again. I feel like that's just got to be a good spot to hit up one more time on our way to the next spot, which is we're gonna go north. I feel like it's the right call. I'm debating about going back to the southern end, but I see people down there doing some water skiing, and that's typically where that goes down a little bit more. So I'm thinking, let's head north. Let's head north. I think the water temp, it's even warming up over here. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try fishing over here, see if we can get on a few more big ones, and then let's try going north, just because I feel like that's the right call. Here's the creek mouth right here. 60 degrees. I bet these guys are up super shallow, so I don't want to start from here though. I'm gonna try fishing a little bit from the outside this time. It gets pretty shallow right there, so maybe there's a bigger one hanging out just a little bit deeper. I'm trying to really fish this thing a little more pizzazz to it. One of the ones we're looking for. Nice. Dang, there's something going on up there. Dang, bud. This is a good bass. This is bigger than I thought. You're a solid chonker, bro. Please be a 20-incher. You look kind of long. Sweet, I'm glad we came back to this spot. Let's see how big you are, bud. I bet you're 20. 19 and a quarter. I'll take that for sure. That's fantastic, bud. Gotta get a weight, you know what I'm saying? Alright, zero it out. Find out how heavy you are. You are 4.45. 4.45. Now we're talking. That's a good one. Crazy. Alright, there we go, guys. Awesome fish. 4.5. Back you go, bud. Cool. That gives us 1.25 inches. Let's see if that bumps up our standings at all. Yay, we're in 4th place now. 99 inches. Whoa, one of my biggest fish is now caught on a chatterbait. Another version of a jig. Interesting. I mean, we've been here for like 20 minutes. I think it comes down to like switching the lure, but honestly, I don't know. I'm just feeling throwing just a chatterbait today. I don't know, something just doesn't feel right. Something feels funny. So here's my thoughts. Let's try something crazy. Try something crazy. We still have some time to catch a big fish today. And I mean like a really big fish. That's what we're trying to do. So let's throw the freaking Magdraft. We're gonna just throw the Magdraft along the edge of this lily pad patch here. That's what we're gonna do. Magdrafts are famous for being freaking giant bass catchers. So let's give it a go. Technically, I don't think I'm supposed to throw this on this rod. I think this thing's 1 ounce. But we're gonna do it anyways. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so today we've thrown the chatterbait and we've thrown the jig. Chatterbait has gotten me like my 2nd, 3rd, 4th biggest largemouth bass today. So it's proven itself. But we're gonna go for gold. I want to catch a giant next, and let's see if we can do it with this guy. This is a very big. Ooh, it falls. Oh my god, that like floats. It sinks so slow. We're gonna fish this along the lily pad patch. Oh my god, that casts really far. I cannot wait. This is huge. I think I'm gonna throw this the rest of the day. This is like the first swim bait I bought in hopes of buying or catching a giant in the wintertime. I think we're in the right lake, right place, right time. Let's freaking do it. This thing has a really good fall rate. I'm pretty happy with that. This is perfect for how shallow it is. So we do have a little bit of wind blowing up against this lily pad corner. So the wind's blowing south, and that means there should be some bass hiding in these lily pads, waiting to strike on some bait fish swimming by. This is a pretty big meal, so we're really only shopping for one of the biggest bass in the lake doing this. I want to give it a go. At the moment, as it stands, I think I'm going to throw this until we get a giant. And then if we do get a giant, I'm probably going to keep throwing it from that point and never stop ever again. I'll become a swim bait guy. I don't know how important it is to use scents, but I feel like they make a lot of sense with a lot of the other lures I use. Why not? Why wouldn't it work with this guy? Yeah. The swim bait crowd, I respect to you guys, because that you're all built differently. My hand already hurts. That wind is good. That's what we want. Come on, wind. Keep that up. That's what we want. For having those big hooks on the bottom, it's doing just fine around these lily pads. I haven't really got caught up on anything quite yet. Man, this is crazy. The anticipation of getting a bite with this thing is unbelievable. I'm understanding more why people do this, throwing swim baits, because you're not waiting for a bite of catching a bass. You're waiting of a bite of catching the bass, you know, which is a pretty crazy feeling. We just got bit. We just got freaking bit. I don't think the hook's connected, but we just got absolutely bit. Oh man. Whoa. That's crazy. Holy cow. Alright, well, come back to this spot. Let's just keep moving along the side here. I think it's kind of hard to stay in place. The wind is just annoying enough. That osprey is about to go for it. He's going for it. Dang. He missed. Crazy. I didn't think I was going to be throwing a swim bait today. This is wild. I didn't think I'd get a bite on it either. That is a big deal. Oh, that's a bite. Oh my god. I don't think it was big enough. That might have been his problem. That's crazy. We got bit a couple times on this now. So crazy. We're getting bit though. We've now been bit twice by two separate fish. No idea how big they were. According to what I just looked up, I'm not doing this right. It's a big bait, and this particular bait, the bass is going to try to arrange it in its mouth and get it in its mouth. So you need to basically do the classic, like fishing with a frog, you need to do the 1/1000. In that case right there, I was getting thump, thump, thump. I needed to wait a second longer. And once you feel a steady pressure, a steady resistance on the line, then freaking swing. All right, that's good though, that's good. I don't think I hit either of these bass with the hook so far, so that's good. I'm always about making a plan, you guys. Always gotta make a game plan. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to throw just like a handful of casts more up against these lily pads. We're gonna make our way back to the creek that empties into this lake, and we're gonna focus on our last bit of time there. Let's make our last few casts over here, because man, I tell you, if I want to catch a big fish, I think I'm on the right track. Well, I'm gonna give this 3 more casts, and then we'll chuck a chatterbait just a few times, just for fun, just to see if maybe we're missing out on a bite. All right, back to the bait that caught all the fish. Let's do, I don't know, a dozen casts and then we'll call it a day. All right, 3 more casts. 3 more casts and we're going home. Let's do one right there. One right there. And one right there. Whew. All right, not bad. What a day. I literally can't wait to come back and throw this again. This thing is crazy. I'm really curious of how big those bass were that were biting. I know it's not that big of a bait, and it could totally be a very small bass that bit into it, but I'm excited about the idea of throwing bigger baits. I think next Wednesday I'll probably come do that again at this lake. That seems like a great idea. And then I'll be back out on Sunday. Yeah, I think we're just trying to catch some bigger bass right now. So if you guys want to catch bigger bass with me, hit subscribe, hit like button, comment some swim baits. I'm just getting into it. Just getting into it. So like, I feel like I want to like catch something on this first and then graduate from this lure to, I don't know, something a little bigger, something a little crazier. I'll look into getting some better swim baits. If you guys have any ideas, that would be much appreciated. Other than that, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.